There's one question that every business owner asks. In fact, CEOs and business owners ask all kinds of questions, but there's just one question that summarizes all the questions that businesses are asking. And this question is, how do I grow my business? It is a simple question, but the answer can be very complicated. But that is why most CEOs wake up in the morning and go to work to answer that question, how can I grow my business? So I want to give you a guide for tackling that question. So there's a series of questions you need to ask in order to grow your business. And of course, I'm sure you know that the normal path of growth goes from, your business is local right now. So how do you take your local business to a regional business? And how do you go from regional to national? And how do you go from national to international? All those steps have implications and they have questions that you need to answer as a business leader to be able to do that. Then there's another way to approach growth. One is to think about organic growth, the growth that just comes naturally. But there's also the aggressive, what I call the aggressive growth or pursued growth or assisted growth. And that's the one that you have to be aggressive about. So you don't want it to be organic to just grow naturally, but you want the growth that could have happened in 10 years to happen in 3 years. So that is pursued growth. In either case, there are several questions you should ask, but I'm going to give you 3 or maybe 4. The first question to tackle to grow your business is, number 1, is this business even scalable? Does this business have what it takes to grow? Because not every business is scalable. I tell you, for instance, what I do in consulting. I don't know about anybody who has gone from here to become a billionaire, and I'm talking about in dollars. Consulting, for companies. You might think about, okay, the McKinseys of this world or the BCGs. Yeah, but I'm talking about individuals. You hear about Stephen Covey or you hear about John Maxwell. So they may do the millions. They may do the millions of dollars in consulting, but you hardly do that, in the billions. And part of the reason is, for what I do, for instance, it's not every business that can afford that, and not every individual can afford that. So the guide to knowing whether your business can scale up to the billions in dollars, and I'm not talking about in your local currency, Naira, is to ask, this thing I'm doing, this business, can it affect 1 billion people directly or indirectly? What I do, can it serve up to 1 billion people directly and indirectly? So if your business doesn't pass that test, it's very unlikely that it will do the millions of dollars. So the first question is this business scalable? And I give you another example. People who work with, oil industry, the oil service companies. In Nigeria, for instance, you have 5 major international oil companies. And then you have literally thousands of oil servicing companies, who serve these people. So there's a very little pie and too many mouths, to feed. And so it's very difficult to scale businesses like that. And I found also that the type of businesses that appear are fairly easier to scale, the FMCGs, Generally, anything that can touch up to 1 billion people, okay, directly or indirectly. The second question is, why do you want to scale? Why do you want to grow the business? That is critical, because that's what's going to give you the fuel, the energy, the mojo, to keep going, especially when things don't work as you planned them. So why do you want to scale? I heard a millionaire in an interview the other day, just yesterday. He was talking about the girls. He was talking about the Rolexes. He was talking about the yachts. Why there's nothing wrong about those things. But I think that we need a more, kind of spiritual purpose. And when I say spiritual, I'm not talking about religion. We need, a higher purpose, something bigger than just, the money and the girls. So why do you want to scale your business? Why do you want to grow? Because some people are just satisfied, just having that one shot, because all they want to do is provide for their family day to day, pay the bills, send their children to, good schools, retire peacefully, and then, die and be buried. So why do you want to scale your business is the second most important question. And the third one is, do you have are you able to withstand the pressure of growth? Do you have what it takes, or are you willing to withstand the pressure of growth? Scaling your business is hard. It comes with so many obstacles. It comes with so many challenges. Do you have the appetite for risk? Do you have the appetite, for difficulties? You're going to have difficulties in the area of people. Just imagine, let's say your company currently, you've employed 20 people. You see how challenging it is managing these 20 people. And then you scale that to 200 people, 500 people. And then coupled with that, you're going from a local business to a regional or to national, where you have multicultural. You're gonna encounter so many obstacles. You're gonna have more court cases. Apple has more court cases every year than the number of products. Same with Microsoft, same with Amazon, same with Google. They all have serious court cases. Same with Samsung, hundreds of court cases every single time. So is your mind prepared for what it takes to grow your business? So this is really very important. And I think that everyone who owns a business, should aspire to grow the business and to scale it. And these are the questions you need to walk through. What I do, is it scalable? Is this business actually scalable in the first instance? Because ideally, you want to go for sunset markets. I beg your pardon, I take that back. You want to go for sunrise markets. All right, you don't want to go for sunset markets. Electric cars, for instance, appear to be in the sunrise. And a sunset market would be, to start a factory to start producing cassettes or CDs or DVDs, because the world has gone way beyond that, to cloud computing. So these are important considerations. And in the same conversation around growth, of course, you must grow your top line. You must grow your top line fundamentally, and also the bottom line. So we hold the revenue hackathon that takes a look at your entire business model, how you create, how you deliver, how you capture value. Then we look at how money is leaking in your system and how you're leaving money on the table, and then optimize your revenue generation system. So we have this coming up, and after this video, I'm going to tell you the next date for our revenue hackathon. I would really encourage you to be there if you are seriously thinking about growing your business and then finding answers to some of these questions that I have shared with you. Meantime, keep showing up because you have no idea what's coming your way next. And I wish you the best in your business.